Folks, good morning and welcome here to LNTV. We're coming to you live from the Rabat International Airport, and we are witnessing the arrival of His Excellency President Boakai upon his return from Morocco from attending the 17th MEDays Forum that was just held in Tangier. So wherever you're watching, we'd like to welcome you to this broadcast. We are streaming to you live from the Rabat International Airport, and currently here at the VIP lounge of the RRA. So wherever you're watching and following us from, we'd like to say thanks for watching, and stay with us. We know it's quite very early to wake you, but of course, yes, His Excellency the President has just arrived in country from attending the 17th MEDays Forum there in Morocco. President Boakai is in country. Just the other day, the president departed the Rabat International Airport to travel to Morocco to attend the 17th MEDays Forum, and you are seeing his arrival back in country here at the Rabat International Airport precisely. So it's a few minutes past 6 a.m., precisely 3 minutes past 6 a.m., and we're coming to you live from the RRA. So right now, President Boakai has already landed, and as you can see, the vehicles from the presidential convoy are lining up and making their way to the terminal to pick the Liberian leader up officially. The members of the Executive Protection Service are headed there now, as you can see, to receive His Excellency President Boakai. So the Liberian leader is in country. That's the official vehicle of His Excellency President Boakai going there at the terminal to receive His Excellency the President. So we're here at the VIP lounge of the Rabat International Airport. If you look, the Minister of State is here. There are several officials of government who are here at the RRA to receive His Excellency first thing this morning, as he has just arrived in country from attending the 17th MEDays Forum there in Morocco. So at the forum, His Excellency President Boakai was awarded the Grand Prix MEDays. It's the highest honor that the organizers bestow on leaders that attend the MEDays Forum. So while at the forum, His Excellency President Boakai also did hold sideline talks. Thank you. President Boakai did hold meetings with his counterparts while he was at the forum. He also had a tete-a-tete with President Adama Barrow, also there in Morocco. Now, speaking of the Grand Prix MEDays Award, President Boakai is the first post-war Liberian leader to receive such honor. Several leaders have been to the MEDays Forum. Several Liberian presidents have been to the MEDays Forum, but President Boakai is being the first to receive the Grand Prix MEDays Awards. Now, in his acceptance message, he dedicated the award to the resilience of the Liberian people, and also in his speech upon day one of his arrival, he delivered a special message, and in his speech, the president highlighted several issues affecting the African continent, and most importantly, he also stressed the need for Africa to domesticate the processing of its resources, encouraging domestic processing of Africa's raw materials or resources. Now, Liberia is a country that has been into exportation of resources, and President Boakai coming from a country that have exported rubber, iron ore, and other natural resources for years, and stressing such key points. What actually in my mind speaks to the fact that His Excellency's government might be or is obviously making frantic efforts to ensure that the country can look into several let's say concessions or MDAs, mineral development agreements, to ensure that some of these agreements can be revisited, re-looked into, and to align with Liberia's interests, especially with President Boakai's dream of domesticating processing of Africa's resources, which obviously includes Liberia. So any moment from now, you will see President Boakai's convoy coming here at the VIP lodge of the Rabos International Airport. We're hoping he can hear or he can take few questions from the press. And there are two concerns we intend to put before him. One more important one, of course, is his acceptance message upon receiving the Grand Prix award there in Morocco. What does it mean for him as the head of state of Liberia, and how does he intend to leverage this international recognition and validation, of course, to secure the necessary partnership for Liberia? Other leaders have won this award or have had this honor bestowed on them from across the continent, but as Liberia's president and being the first post-war leader to receive this honor, how does he see it, and what does it mean for his leadership, especially in bringing to fruition his arrest agenda? My name is Anthony Williams, and the one bringing you this live broadcast here at the Rabos International Airport. Well, so obviously the usual Liberian question about what the president has brought from his trip will obviously come up. I know there are folks already in the comment section raising these concerns, but of course, come to think of it, the president had gone to attend a forum where African leaders sat to discuss key issues that are pertinent to the continent. Though travels are essential for the president and the government, especially his delegation, to meet other leaders and meet their counterparts, meet investors at this conference. In fact, that's the essence of holding conferences like this, for the president's delegates, members of his delegation, to meet with other professionals and other leaders at these events to negotiate for Liberia, discuss partnership deals, sign MOUs, and other efforts towards ensuring that development can come to the country. So yes, we might, if President Boakai grants us the opportunity, obviously we can put some of these questions to him, especially the one that speaks to the fact that he has encouraged Africa to domesticate the processing of their resources. Liberia, as a country that's into exportation, how does his government intend to ensure that this key point that he stressed at the MEDays Forum can come to fruition? What efforts does he intend to put into ensuring that Liberia can domesticate the processing of our natural resources, and also being honored the highest, receiving the highest honor being bestowed upon him? How does he intend to leverage the recognition, the international recognition that he, has received to, no, this is not fair. So folks, we are seeing coming closer to us the convoy of His Excellency the President. This means President Boakai have onboarded the flight, and he's have disembarked from the flight, and he's now being brought here at the VIP lodge of the Rabos International Airport. That's the vehicle of the Liberian leader right there. So we're going to go a little closer to show you. That's the official vehicle of His Excellency the President arriving here at the Rabos International Airport. So we have here the Minister of State, Minister Stikwa, and other government officials are waiting to receive His Excellency the President. All right, folks, there you have it. That's President Boakai arriving in country and being received by government officials here at the Rabat International Airport upon attending the 17th MEDays Forum there in Morocco. So, His Excellency, the President, all dressed up in all black, arriving here in country from attending the 17th MEDays Forum here in from Morocco. So His Excellency President Boakai is now in country. He's being escorted by government officials into the he's being escorted by government officials into the VIP lounge of the Rabat International Airport, being escorted by the Chief of Protocol at the Executive Mansion, and also with members of his delegation that made a trip to Morocco. See there the Minister of State with our portfolio, Madame Boakai Belete, there arriving with His Excellency the President. So, folks, that's it. President Boakai is in country after attending a 3-day forum there in Morocco. That's the 17th MEDays Forum. The MEDays Forum brings African leaders together to discuss key issues pertinent to the continent of Africa. And President Boakai did deliver a special message there at the MEDays Forum where he pointed out several issues related to the continent. Africa. Of course, President Boakai stressed on peace and security, stressed on good governance, and also this speak about Africa playing a crucial role on the global scene, encouraging Africa's one voice, and also encourage the domestic processing of Africa's natural resources. When he spoke at the MEDays Forum. So we are hoping that His Excellency President Boakai will grant us the opportunity to ask him a few questions upon his arrival here in country. But there you have it. President Boakai has returned to Liberia upon attending the MEDays Forum there in Morocco. Sure. Now, upon his arrival, of course, in other news, just about 10 hours ago, President Boakai has accepted the resignation of NAFA Director General, of course, and also the LIPA Deputy Director General, two government officials. And the officials involved are the suspended Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, Madam Emma Glasgow, and also the Deputy Director General of Training and Development at the Liberia Institute for Public Administration, LIPA, Madam Maria Kamara Makuli. So Madam Glasgow tendered her resignation, I think by the 11th, of course, the 11th November 11th, 2025, she cited domestic reasons and also requested that the resignation take immediate effect. She also expressed profound gratitude to His Excellency President Boakai. Similarly, also, Madam Mariama Kamara Makule also did submit her resignation, and that was on the 24th of this month, November, and it also takes effect on the 30th this year. In her communication, she also stated that her decision followed careful reflection, and it was actually owing to personal reasons. In another news also, President Boakai did make some appointments in government. He appointed the ad hoc committee to facilitate the recruitment of the LACC Vice Executive Chair. That was the 27th, of course. It's here, and so now the president did constitute that ad hoc committee to spearhead the process of filling the vacant position of Vice Executive Chairperson of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the LACC. So, as per the details, the committee will be chaired by the president's legal advisor, Councillor Bushiben Keita, and it will also include one representative each from several institutions. We're talking about the General Auditing Commission, the Governance Commission, the Liberia Bar Association. There's also the Press Union of Liberia and civil society representatives, a long list of organizations that are key towards ensuring this committee, can function. But back to the MEDays Forum that President Boakai has attended upon his arrival here at the Rabos International Airport. He met with students. He met with Liberian students there in Morocco, and also, met with the Liberian students and the Liberian community also that's residing there in Morocco. Now, the president's meeting actually did bring together scholars or Liberian students studying across Moroccan universities and several institutions, and as well as professionals and community leaders living in that country. Just like the president does on most of his travels, he gets to meet with concerned communities, especially like Liberian communities in most of these countries. That just the other day, President Boakai was at the UN General Assembly. He met with Liberians residing there in the Liberia Diaspora Conference. The president also did meet with Liberians on a 5-day state visit to Paris on the invitation of French President Emmanuel Macron. And finally, also in this trip while in Morocco, he met with Liberian students and Liberians residing in Morocco. Come to think of it, Morocco has been one country that has accepted Liberian students over the years, several Liberian students over the years. So President Boakai meeting them did stress the government's, efforts in ensuring that the needs of these students can be met. Some of the issues that were brought up at the meeting, especially from the students, were their welfare. They did raise issues of their welfare, and President Boakai made a commitment to address some of these concerns. In fact, his government has already started making efforts to address some of these concerns. Now, like I've been saying, while in Morocco, also, President Boakai did hold tete-a-tete meeting with His Excellency Adama Barrow, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, on the sidelines of on the 17th MEDays Forum in Tangier, Morocco. The two leaders discussed matters of mutual interest, also including regional peace and security, economic cooperation, and ways to strengthen bilateral ties between Liberia and the Gambia. So, President Boakai also did highlight Liberia's interest in expanding cooperation with the Gambia. And then he, at the same time, placed emphasis on the value of close coordination amongst West African countries, and also in promoting stability and development. Now, on the other hand, with the meeting that they both held, President Barrow did welcome, the engagement that he and President Boakai held on the sideline, and he mentioned exploring avenues to collaborate with Liberia and, support the interests of both countries and regional interests also. Now, one of the key highlights of the event, of course, was that President Boakai was honored the prestigious Grand Prix Award at the MEDays Forum. And President Boakai received the award as Liberia's first post-war president to receive such honor. And the award, one of the forum's highest distinction, recognized President Boakai's leadership, his visionary. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, the president's visionary leadership and his advocacy for Africa's advancement in global affairs. So the award was presented under the auspices of the Amadeus Institution. It actually does celebrate individuals whose contributions are significant or who play a significant role in shaping political stability, development and cooperation within the global south, of course. But at the ceremony, the organizers of the MEDays did commend President Boakai for championing democratic values. They also mentioned regional collaboration and also sustainable development, as well as for his efforts to position Africa as a key contributor in global decision making. And that's one thing President Boakai did stress in his message while he was at the MEDays Forum. He stressed, the need for Africa to play, an independent role, of course, stay unified, have one voice, on the global scene, to promote, regional solidarity, peace and security on the continent. So we're hoping that President Boakai will take some questions from members of the press while we're here at the Rabas International Airport before his departure to town. So let's see what time it is, but it's just past 6 a.m. and the president arrived on an early flight here at the Rabas International Airport. It's just 24 minutes past 6 a.m. Now, upon his departure, President Boakai flew Kenya Airways, which is, of course, a commercial airline. But you've just seen him arriving also on another commercial airline. Usually, President Boakai does stress the needs for flying with chartered airlines, but he made it clear that if the need arrives, his cabinet will take that decision, or he will take that decision. But in order to save resources, in order to, he usually travels. On several occasions, he flies commercial. So he departed the country on Kenya Airways, commercial, and returned home on commercial airline also. So now, thanks for watching. If you're following us, wherever you're watching us, kindly leave your comments in the comment section as we are with President Boakai. The presidential convoy is already set right out here at the entry of the VIP lodge of the Rabas International Airport, as you can see from outside of the airport. And government officials also who are here to welcome His Excellency President Boakai in country upon his arrival from attending the MEDays Forum. So, Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana is here at the airport. She formed part of President Boakai's delegation there. She has just arrived also along with His Excellency the President. So, President Boakai is now just taking a breather, and once he's done, he's going to walk out here, and we're hoping we can, ask just a few questions. You have a question. Is your question about the award?
So I just wanted to do the introduction, tell him welcome, and ask him overall how was his participation recently with you.
Okay.
And probably you can come in with the award stuff.
Thank you. All right, so while we are with His Excellency the President, obviously, leaving the country in his absence, the Minister of State, of course, did speech, steer the cabinet in President Boakai's absence in consultation with the Vice President via telephone call. And so the Minister of State and President Boakai are both in the VIP lodge. Obviously, might be briefing President Boakai there in his absence. And so once that is done, he will come out and will propose just a few questions. Now, think of it, two key questions, obviously. One will obviously be about President Boakai receiving the award, being like one of Liberia's first post-war president to receive the award. And we also want to ask him, because in his acceptance speech, he did dedicate the award to the resilience of the Liberian people. So the question will obviously be, as the head of state of Liberia, sure, definitely. You can stay with us, folks. President Boakai will make his way out any moment from now. I think the president is already making his way out here. So just a few questions. So, Princess, will put it in.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. President. Welcome back, Mr. President. My name is Princess Kosiva, and I report for the closing argument out of AMPP. A few days ago, you traveled to Morocco to participate in the 70th edition of the MEDays Forum. Overall, how was your participation?
I'm good. To discuss new realities, realignment, concern about all that is taking place, climate change, structures, people breaking away, realigning themselves. So when you talk about it.
Mr. President, my name is Anthony Williams. I work for ELBC. Congratulations on winning the MEDays Grand Prix, the highest honor being bestowed on you there. In your acceptance speech, you dedicated this award to the resilience of the Liberian people. How do you intend to leverage the international recognition that comes with this award to secure the necessary partnership for Liberians?
Well, to win the award, we had already a connection. That's progress that we made we ourselves have been transformative. So it works with Liberia because whatever we achieve here is through the kind of effort and willingness of the Liberian people. So it's an award for that.
Okay, Mr. President, I'm Jorazi Joe and I report for Spoon. Mr. President, what concrete results or commitment can Liberians expect from your participation at the MEDays Forum?
It opened up Liberia to new friendship. It makes Liberia people to begin to trust Liberia as a country for business, a country that is opening up to investment possibilities, and that's what we're trying to do.
Mr. President, one last one, sir. At your message delivered at the MEDays Forum, you encouraged Africa to domesticate processing of its resources, raw materials. Liberia is a country that has exported rubber for ages. Does this mean that your government intends to look into some of the mineral development agreements to ensure that some of this come to fruition?
We already been restricting export to be able to add value, and we're going to continue until we can achieve that, not just for rubber, for gold, for iron ore. That's what we need to do.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
That's His Excellency President Boakai responding to questions from members of the press. You heard it. We posed two major concerns to him. Of course, congratulating him on winning the MEDays Awards. Madam? So let's take one quickly from Presidential Press Secretary, Madam Kula Fofana. Madam, you formed part of President Boakai's delegation. You were at the MEDays. The president, apart from winning the prestigious award, did hold sideline discussions with some of his counterparts, President Adama Barrow and other leaders there. Let's talk about the award and some of these sideline discussions that President Boakai held.
Well, it was a colorful occasion, obviously, and this is the 17th edition, and this is the president's first time. The award came as a result of some of the things he's done since his presidency, his engagement, some activities he's done, the arrest agenda, but more importantly, how he's been able to work along in transitioning the country, and that his leadership is going a long way. And beyond the occasion, when he also spoke at the occasion, he also had side meetings with some of his colleagues. One of prominent one is President Barrow of the Gambia. And as you know, right now the region, as he had mentioned, has some challenges, fractures, even in the Guinea-Bissau situation. Those were conversations that they had. And also his participation in the ECOWAS Heads of State, Heads of Authority meeting that was held online. And right now, the ECOWAS is currently also working on a communique that will be publicly shared. But he was very busy at the engagement, and those, will put Liberia in a better space in terms of.
Okay, so Madam PPS, did President Boakai receiving this prestigious award came as a surprise to you?
He wasn't expecting, because for the president, he works not expecting any award, not expecting any gratification, anything, because he works because he believes in transformation of our country and contribution to the continent as well in the world. Liberia's progress so far, from winning the non-permanent seat at the United Nations to a number of different things. I mean, ECOWAS about to construct something here in Liberia, and a number of other engagements he's done so far. So for him, he comes to work, he does what he has to do and contribute to the country's development. And so if others are watching, if people are following the country's progress, and we thought that it's a good thing to honor him, to recognize him for his role he's playing in democracy and democratic tenets, and upholding that. I think he honors it, he accepted it. But for him, he works beyond just the words.
Yeah, Madam Pipi, I was talking about the present recognition there in Morocco. How does this translate to the country? How these people will benefit in terms of bilateral or international?
In fact, part of the president's engagement in Morocco wasn't just at the forum. He also visited the port, one of the port in Tangier, and a serious conversation on sharing agreement, and even the team over there coming to Liberia to sign an agreement that will help expand the port and provide job opportunity for Liberians and do a number of different things. There were other partners who were also part of the engagement, and they're looking forward to engaging Liberia more, because Liberia is one of the few countries on the continent that still have huge mineral deposits and a forest reserve that can be leveraged. So the opportunities here is large.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
That's Kula Fofana, Presidential Press Secretary. My name has been Anthony Williams, and I'd like to say thanks for watching. President Boakai is now departing the Barbados International Airport. As you can see ahead of you there, that's the presidential motorcade departing the RIA. Whoever you watched and followed from, we'd like to say thanks for watching and bye-bye for now.